good morning, folks. I don't normally do this early before a game, but today's a special day. Boys get to have the opportunity to put all their hard work together and earn themselves a shot at the state tournament. I want to take just a special moment this morning before all the noise, all the voices, even before the voice of the North gets here, to say, as what very well could be the final broadcast I get to do with a lot of these kids, because I don't know if I'll be able to broadcast in a couple weeks or not, but I wanted to get this message out to everybody before I forget to, at what an honor and what a privilege it has been these past handful of years to put these videos together for everybody that's viewing. I don't know who's all viewing right now or not, but it's been a distinct honor to be able to do this, and what a privilege the good Lord above has given me to be able to do this for everybody. To these boys, thank you for the memories. From one just little lonely old videotaping guy, the memories you have provided me these last handful of years mean more than you'll ever know. I hope someday that you can look back on these videos and enjoy and realize how much fun you guys were having. Because that's what this game is about, just having some fun, doing something you love. To my son, told myself I wasn't getting emotional. Good thing I got the face for radio, so you can't see it. To my son, you'll never understand how proud I am of you. Thank you for blessing your mother and I coming in this world. Thank you for all the memories that you have provided me, not just in this sport, but in everything else. Like I said, it's been such an honor for me to be able to do this. As much as I've probably complained about going to hockey rink, I wouldn't change it for the world. And I'm so excited for you boys. You have this opportunity. Many of you, maybe it's your last year playing hockey. It'll be your last year of playing youth hockey for sure. The opportunity's there. You just got to take it. But I just wanted to have this simple moment. iPad, face, nobody else around me. So, and just say thank you to everybody that's helped pitch in, that's helped get this channel to allow us to go live. All the wonderful sponsorship relationships throughout the years. Ryerson Construction, KLS Construction, Northern Amusement, the Diamond sponsor, the Pierce Shorelines, Erickson Farms in Roseau, Stitchworth Meats, Dale Schmidt Agency, Giovanni's Pizza, Frank's Mechanical. Sorry it takes a while. There's been so many of you that have helped me enjoy this ride. It's been fun. And maybe this isn't the last broadcast, but like I said, I wanted to get this off my chest. Been thinking about this. We got this opportunity and it's here. Been blessed to be able to do this. Been blessed to be around these amazing families, amazing kids. Now all we gotta do is just get one more win today to punch our ticket state. I don't know how many of you have been listening, but sorry if I'm rambling. I just wanted to have that private moment with everybody. Or nobody. God bless you all, and God bless these boys. Thank you. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to what we hope is a final broadcast of this tournament. We win this game, we punch that ticket to state. If we lose, we got another opportunity at 4, but I don't think we want to be there. We have a very familiar opponent. This will be, I think, the 5th time we played East Grand Forks. Last time they handed it to us in the district, and they took that district championship away from us. So I hope the boys are hungry, because it doesn't get bigger than this.
There's a little bit of...
Yep, I started the taping a little bit early today. Hopefully, if you heard the special message, I just want to say thank you to everybody. So I want to say thank you to our sponsors, KLS Construction, Ryerson Construction, Northern Amusement, Dale Smith Agency, Stittsworth Meats, and Lapeer Shoreline. Thank you for making the ride enjoyable. This has been a fun adventure these last handful of years. And this year's been particularly wonderful, having Gavin the Great and being able to join forces with the Voice of the North, bringing these games. Thank you for this opportunity. This is going to be a fun game, I think. And I think the boys are ready.
There's some retribution in the air, I think. There's a little bit of a sour taste from that last meeting, right? Well, losing that district championship, but sometimes that's the way the ball rolls. And so the boys are ready. They've been preparing. And like you say, it's a familiar opponent. It's interesting that both teams shared the same hotel this past weekend. So it got awful quiet in there at the hotel when all the teams left this morning. But we're going to, it looks like the warm-up clock has expired here already. They got 15 minutes on the clock for the game. And
the national anthem.
We'll do the national anthem here tonight. The boys in blue are doing just that, wearing the dark, I guess, navy blue business suits.
Yeah, the business suits.
And East Grand Forks is wearing their home whites this morning.
First game
to our right is going to be Griffin McGlynn in goal for East Grand Forks. And to our left in the dark blue, of course, is the one and only Colton White. We do have a backup goalie again on loan here from Crookston. Made the trip over. He'll be in that in the event that White can't do it. And so we're happy to have him along too.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Game 7 of the Bantam North Regional Tournament. Let's meet the starters for both teams, starting with the visiting team, the Bemidji Blue. Number 2, Roderick Adams. Number 4, Wyatt Tykin. Number 14, Brody Roscoe. Number 20, William Jacobson. Number 24, Willis Stittsworth. Number 30, Colton White. Now let's meet the starters for the home team, East Grand Forks. Number 7, Jacob Roberson. Number 8, Jude Bull. Number 9, Ryder Milling. Number 17, Blake Olson. Number 21, Quentin Johnson. And number 1, Griffin McGlynn. Ladies and gentlemen, please stand and remove your hats for the singing of the national anthem. Oh, sing, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed, and the twilight flag. All the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, their bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave? Oh, the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Well, beautiful rendition of the greatest national anthem that exists. Great work by Gary as always.
Nice work, Gary.
Gary Yermich on the national anthem.
Well, Dana, we are at that time. It is put up or shut up. These boys have the opportunity of a lifetime. Most of these kids have gone to a state tournament before. A couple of them haven't. This could be their last opportunity, and I hope they make the most of it. And I think they will. Today feels like a good day.
Well, I think they're ready. They're and they anticipated this matchup again throughout the whole thing, and so I think that they're ready. We've got one injury, of course. Again, Angus Heather's out with a wrist injury, and so we've had to shuffle the lines around a bit for this weekend, but it seems to be working okay so far.
Here we go. You can feel it.
There's
some electricity.
There's
in the air
electricity
here.
in the air for sure.
This
So
should
we're
be
gonna-
a good hockey game.
We're going to start this out with Wyatt Tyke in line. We got Stitsworth on the near side. On the far side is Brody Adams. And at defense we got Bubba Jacobson and Brody Roscoe. Off the face-off it comes to Bemidji, and comes out of the zone right back in. And just like yesterday's game, we got another quick whistle.
Start, stop.
We'll see how that progresses here through the first part of this game. Just outside the zone now, they have another face-off. And the face-off is controlled by East Grand Forks. Back to the defense. And comes to the near side. Off the wall, they attempt to dump it in. Can't do so. And it's picked out of there by Wyatt Tyke, and he comes with some speed. He's got Adams on the other side. Tries to feed him. And Tyken's legs are taken out. The body comes right to him. No shot on goal. Goes right in the biscuit. And saved by McGlynn. Back the other way now. East Grand Forks gains the zone. There's a shot there. Goes right on. And Colton White stops that with his glove and covers it up for a stop and play with 14:21 left now in the first.
So it'd be better.
Good opportunity for both teams right there, right out of the gate. And off to White's right is Baird that comes in for the face-off there. Back in behind, they're centered up, take a shot, goes wide of the cage, goes in behind. East Grand Forks will grab it there, they'll dump it, go to the far corner. Looks like Lapeer had lost his stick momentarily. He's got it now, a shot on goal, goes loose in front, and it comes out to the line, and they hold the line on the near side, dump it in behind. Playing catch back there, and over to the far corner. Bothered there by Baird, and it comes to Westover, up ahead. Now for Ryerson, he tries to spring Moran, but it was a bit ahead of him. East Grand Forks controls in the neutral zone. Clearing attempt there by Lapeer, got fanned on, and East Grand Forks takes a shot back into the zone. Up the far side now comes to Ryerson, gets it up to the blue line. They battle right along the line there. Does it come out? It does. Shot back in there. And now it comes out to center again. Picked off by East Grand Forks. They send it right back in. Bemidji starting this one off in the defensive zone. And it's shot back out to center ice. Everybody tags up and right back in there. This one goes on goal. Comes to Westover. He rings around the boards over to Moran on the near side. Brand tries to run it up the boards, can't do it. East Grand Forks centers it, goes all the way through up to the point on the far side. Comes back to Ryerson. He fires it all the way down, and they're going to wave off icing on this one as East Grand Forks picked it up deep in their own zone. Fires it up to neutral ice, cross the line, picked off of there by Yerbich. Yerbich is checked off the play. Drop pass comes to, looks like that was Tyken, and up ahead now. Yerbich gets a hold of it. He fires it in. It's going to ring around to the near boards. Roscoe pinches down. He stuffs it back down in there in the far corner. Comes to Tyken, now to Yerbich. Yerbich is looking for a center. He tries to. It's blocked. Comes over to the corner now. Gets it again. Back now for Meyer. Meyer steps to the dot. Comes in loose in front. Goal! Bemidji! Squirts over on the far side. Wyatt Tyken is there to hammer it home. And Bemidji gets the first goal of the game, striking first blood at 12:51.
That should be a 5-on-5 Stithworth meet goal scored by number 4 Wyatt. I think number 17 Corbin got the assist. We'll listen to the announcement. That's what I'm going to go with.
Yerbich may have had an assist on there as well. We'll find out. Off the face-off now again. It comes to Roscoe. Steps across the red line. Fires it in. Goes right up to the side of the goal. McGlynn's got to be ready for that. And East Grand Forks picks it up. Brings it up the near side. Cross ice. Tip there. And they swat it down in. And it's going to be stopped in behind there by Colton White. Picked up there by Roscoe. Roscoe fires it up. Gets it out of the zone. And it comes right back in off sides, as East Grand Forks are not tagged up yet.
He gets an assist from number 17, Meyer.
So it looks like it's going to be only Meyer on the assist for that goal for Bemidji. Baird now, he'll take the face off. It comes right up to the line. Westover sends it down for Stithworth. Shot towards the goal, stopped in front. Clearing attempt comes up and gets past Lapeer, and Westover will have to come over and help out. He knocks it up off the glass, not out though. East Grand Forks controls, sends it over to the slot, over in the circle on the far side. Tight angle shot goes off the post. Picked up there by Lapeer. He sends it up ahead for Stithworth, can't quite wrangle it, and it comes out to center where East Grand Forks fires it right back in. Rings around to the near side. Lapeer's got it again. He goes cross ice this time, and it's picked off by Roberson for East Grand Forks. He gets through the defense, and we're going to get a penalty for a hooking on Bemidji. So the first penalty of the game is going to go to Bentley Lapeer.
It brings us to the first Northern Amusement penalty kill.
So a 2-minute minor for Lapeer. And the face-off is just off to the right of Colton White, rung around the boards. Comes to Ryerson. We got a 2-on-1 going the other way. Ryerson and Lapeer. Sorry folks, goes to Tyken. He rings it right off the crossbar and drops down in the paint. Comes back out of there though. And East Grand Forks, or Bemidji rather, with Roscoe, dumps it back down in deep. On the forecheck now, here comes East Grand Forks coming the other way. Out to center, not sure what to do with it. Blocked by Tyken and goes down into the zone. They battle down in the corner. Jacobson gets a hold of it. He sends it up to the point, stop there. Step in, send it back down into the corner. Looking for a center. They're going to work around the defense, get a backhander on goal. It goes right into the glove of Colton White. And he closes that baby up and hangs on. Minute 16 left on the Lapeer penalty. 11:02 left in the period, and 1-0 Bemidji.
I don't know what the penalty was for.
Looks like it was going to be a hooking penalty, so he's sitting for hooking. So off the face-off, good. East Grand Forks controls again. And right at the top circle, just a hard shot. And it's booted out of there by White. Chipped out of the zone nicely. And East Grand Forks are going to gather it up in their own zone, but Baird gets there first. Hash marks on the other side, down in behind. Stops there, kills some time, doing a fantastic job. And he sends it up to the point for Westover. Westover now, he'll center right back down in there. 49 seconds left on the PK as Baird comes right up to the slot, but it rolls off his stick at the last second. Clearing attempt, gets past Roscoe, and he goes down and chases it down as it is blown dead for icing. So East Grand Forks got a shot or maybe two off this power play so far, but as has Bemidji. Short-handed, putting some pressure down on McGlynn. So it's going to be an offensive zone face-off here. Baird's going to take it. We got Moran out there. Up on the line, we've got Westover and Roscoe. East Grand Forks does control it though. They skate it out to center. Tips it past Roscoe. And they're looking for a center, nobody there. And Roscoe battles in behind. Nice move there, Roscoe, to knock it off the stick of the defender. Comes up to the point. Cross ice. Shot from there, goes up over the cage and off the glass behind. 18 seconds left on the PK now as it comes to Roberson. Right in the slot, he's a dangerous one. Takes a shot, that one goes up and deflected into the netting again with 11 seconds left on this penalty to Lapeer. .9:57 left in the period. Shots on goal so far are tied at 4. Tyken to take the face off. And it comes out to East Grand Forks. And Roberson controls back, drops it for the point man. Shot from there, goes over the cage again, off the glass behind.
Bemidji full strength.
Thank you.
Bemidji full strength. We got numbers here. Here comes Tyken. Backhands it towards McGlynn. Save. And it's picked up by East Grand Forks and rings around behind. Up the near side they come, and they look for the cross ice pass. Westover steps up and tips it. And it comes to Meyer. Out to the point it comes. East Grand Forks maintains the line, comes down in deep. Rognerud now for East Grand Forks, brings it over to the near side, sends it up the point. Shot from there, tipped over into the wall behind. Centering tip comes right into the paint, loose in front, covered up by Colton White. And we bring a stop and play there now with 9:09 remaining in the first. Five-on-five hockey, shots on goal, 5-6 now. And it comes right off to the Westover. Comes out to the far side. I think Bemidji is able to gain the zone. Comes to Stitsworth. He dumps it in deep for Adams. Centers up, comes up to Westover. He takes a look, shoots, and a goal! Adams to Westover.
Woo!
Nice
shot by Will.
Nice feed from
I think that was a 5-on-5 Stitsworth beats goal scored by number 6 Will, assisted by 2 Brody.
nice feed from Brody down right next to the cage there, and
I don't know if Willie touched that on the way there, because I think that's where he's looking for. But
sure.
Either way, we'll take it.
We'll take it. Tipped in there. And it's 2-0 Bemidji now. It's not on the board yet, but we're going with 2-0. 8:42 left in the period. And play is down in the East Grand Forks zone. Comes to Westover. He takes another shot. Booted out of there by McGlynn. Comes to the near side for Moran. Moran goes around in behind, looking for a center. Turns, shoots, puts it off the side of the post. And
they did give that assist to Willie.
alrighty, well, play goes in behind, comes over to the near corner. Ryerson dumps it down in deep a little bit more, comes up to the wall though, and East Grand Forks is going to come out of there with it. Comes up to Mesla, and it's he's nicely pushed off the play as the puck comes right in on White, and he covers it up and hangs on. 2-0 lead now for Bemidji. 7:59 remaining in the period.
Well, those goals are pretty big in this first period. Kind of eased the nerves. You could tell the way this started, both teams were a little hesitant.
They were gripping the sticks. And now it comes, a shot comes in, intercepted there by Roscoe. He gets it out of the zone, and he gathers it up again in the neutral zone. Comes across the line with it, so feeds it over for Baird. Baird goes wide left, And he's going to carry it in behind. Over to the near side, up for Roscoe again. He fires it right back in. Goes wide of the cage though and in behind. Battle on the far wall with Yerbich. And it comes to Roscoe again. I'm sorry, that's Meyer. He takes a shot. That goes up in the air and drops down in behind again. Over to the near side. Meyer picks it off, feeds it over to the zone. And then he knocks down a clearing attempt. Comes right back to him. Shot on goal. Deflected up and off the glass behind. East Grand Forks have cleared up to the line, but Jacobson's got other ideas, and he fires it right back in there. Comes weird off the wall up into the center. Now they're going to spring an East Grand Forks player. A long shot, blocker saved by White. Comes over to the near side. Tipped out to center, and it comes to Baird. Baird gets across the line. He's mugged and hauled down. That's absolutely a penalty. And that's going to be a hold on number 9, Blair Milling.
That's going to bring us to our first Lapeer Shoreline power play. Those are the ones we like to announce. So,
holding's a call. 6 seconds off that power play, and we'll bring it right back down into the East Grand Forks zone, and we'll do it again.
Penalty on East Grand Forks, number 9, Briar Milling, 2 minutes per hold.
Tyken takes the face off, comes over to the far wall, up for Westover. Westover back down in for Ryerson, gets around him, comes to Adams. Adams in the far corner, fans on it, and Tyken's gonna have to chase it over. He gets it settled down, heads back in there, but it's knocked off of his stick. East Grand Forks is able to chip it off, and they send it off the boards and all the way down for another icing. And we'll bring it back down to the right of McGlynn again. Everybody changes up. And we'll get some fresh legs on the ice here at 6:17 now left in the period, and $1:30 on this power play. Baird gets a hold of it, sends it over to the wall. Moran has it there. Comes over the line, goes cross ice for Stitzworth. He steps in, takes a shot. That one's booted over to the corner. Nice screen nicely there by Meyer, but McGlynn was able to get a pad on it and over to the corner, and they've cleared it down and iced it yet again. Baird, Moran, Meyer. Out the face of it comes to Meyer. He works it out towards the line, turns it back, tries to work through traffic, can't do it, comes to East Grand Forks, and they clear the zone. All the way down again, and it's going to be another icing. Probably the 4th or maybe the 5th even in this power play in the last minute of the game.
Bemidji controlling the pace of this game, which is what we like to see.
It didn't quite start out that way. East Grand Forks came out jumping, but as soon as we got that goal, and especially that second one, the momentum has shifted here a bit. And the puck comes over to the corner as Meyer was having a hard time getting around the defense. Comes up to the point, Roscoe shoots, goes right on, loose in front, shot, oh, it almost goes in, and it is, it's a goal! And that's gonna be, Moran gets this one. First shot, it goes right down in the paint, it got loose in front, and it was just a melee there, and Moran was in the right place at the right time and snuck it past McGlynn.
That's a Lapeer Shoreline power play goal scored by number 19, Peyton.
Now we got another penalty here on East Grand Forks. Technical foul. So he's going to have a misconduct. It's going to be a 2-minute for probably misconduct. Or
that extends that Lapeer Shoreline power play. We'll take it. I don't know who got the assist on that, but boy, the boys are hungry right now, aren't they?
So there's another 2 minutes on the East Grand Forks penalty clock. And Bemidji now will gain as a possession and send it up in there on Tyken. Gets a little bit ahead of him though, and it's brought over to the near side by East Grand Forks. They try to clear the zone, can't do it. Comes right back to Ryerson over to Adams, and Adams fires it past McGlynn for the 4th goal of the game. I think that's going to be it's going to be Adams from Ryerson.
Another Lapeer Shoreline power play goal.
First goal for Bemidji Blues, number 19, Nathan Morin, assisted by number 17, Corbin.
Okay, they gave Big Corbo the assist on Peyton's goal. But I think you're right, Dana, that last power play goal by Lapeer Shoreline, scored by number 2 Brody, assisted by number 3 Cub. They are cooking. Love to see it.
I'm a little bit surprised that McGlynn hasn't been able to stop more of those. He's a really good goaltender. As that shot off the faceoff comes in on White, and he gloves that one down for a stop and play.
That's that shortstop skill set.
Number 22, Roderick Adams, assisted by number 3, Corbin Ryerson.
Off the faceoff, Westover rolls it around to the far side, comes up to the point. Back down for Lapeer now. Tries to get it up, but it rolls off of his stick and comes back down in. Westover dumps it down in the corner, and Baird picks it up from there. Along the wall, he's pestered, but it comes back to Lapeer. Then Westover in the slot gets it out. Up ahead now for Adams. Adams takes a shot. Glove down, loose in front. It's cleared out of there by East Grand Forks. Lapeer now steps down. He dumps it down into the corner, and it's going to come to Adams. Back and forth from between him and Baird. Adams now behind. Loses it to East Grand Forks, and it comes to the near side. Baird gives it back to him, though. Centered up, picked off by East Grand Forks. Roberson now. He's got some speed that comes across the center ice. Gains his own near left, sorry. Puts it all the way in. Shot, deflected, rebound. Goes right in on Colton White. And Colton's doing the amazing thing again, like he always does.
Oh man.
Covers that one up. Woo! That was dangerous.
Thank you.
That was a dangerous one. That Roberson's a good player. And he's a tough one to contend with. Off the faceoff, goes down in the corner again. Roscoe's got it. Bemidji doing a fine job winning the faceoffs here. Goes over to the near side. East Grand Forest is going to control. They dump it down in again. Roscoe picks it up there. Roscoe having a good game too. Comes to Meyer. Meyer up ahead for Tyken. Tyken skates in, gets around the defense, comes right in, gets it on goal, but it goes in behind. Battle goes into the corner now. Meyer has it to the hash marks. High circle, turns, shoots, gloves down by McGlynn, and he'll hang on to this one. So that brings us down to 3:49 here left in the first period. 4-0 Bemidji.
Once they found that gas pedal, they are cooking this period. Love to see
Tyken
it.
in for the face-off, comes over to the line. Jacobson's going to have to chase it out to center. Picks it up there, goes D to D for Roscoe. Roscoe's going to send it up for Uribich, who tips it up to Tyken. Tyken puts it towards the goal. McGlynn scoops it out of there, and it comes over to the far side. Jacobson fires, goes a little weak though, off the heel of his stick, and goes over to the near corner. Cleared up to the line and out. And this way, trading some possessions, but it comes back up to center and down into the East Grand Forks zone. Back out to center again. They're trying to spring the player. And Jacobson steps up, knocks it back into center ice. And there it's picked up. Who's it picked up by? It's getting whacked around in center. Finally, it comes into the zone on an East Grand Forks stick again. Picked up right by Berg. Berg for East Grand Forks. Snuck by everybody, and all of a sudden there he was, point blank range. And he backhands it past White for the first goal.
Move on. Hard to stop that. Just a breakdown, but you know what? You gotta shake that off. Finish out these 3 minutes of this first period with that strong message that we've sent. But you know what? I wouldn't mind getting one more.
I wouldn't mind getting 20 more.
Yep, that too.
Face off again, comes down into the Bemidji zone. It's backhanded to the far side. And Ryerson does a nice job sidestepping the player, comes to Moran on the near side, cross the line. East Grand Forks gets it back out to center. Cross the line now, right in the slot. Can't manage it though. And it goes over to the wall. Centered up again, picked out of there by, I think that's Baird, down in behind for Lapeer. He'll skate it around the far side, back up to Baird at center. He goes wide right left, gets across the defense, right in there over for Moran. Moran can't wrangle it though, and get one on. It goes in behind, centers up again, and it gets right to, I think that was Ryerson. Ryerson turns and fires. Now we got some pushing and shoving in front of the bench, or in front of the goal, and we're going to get at least 1 or maybe 2 penalties out of this.
Yeah, we're getting Quincy's there.
So it looks like we're gonna get a coincidental one.
Yep. Just sharing summer plans for the over the day. See what kind of camps they're gonna go to.
Maybe they discuss their Snapchat score.
Yep.
Are they gonna do 10 minutes for that penalty? 5? 3?
All right, off that face-off, it's going to be 5-on-5 hockey with coincidentals. Comes right in on McGlynn again. He stops it and drops down and covers it up as Bemidji gets another shot on goal there. So the face-off's going to go over to his right again, and there's Tyken to take it. Face-off comes up to the point. Westover sends one, it's deflected, and it comes to Adams. Adams can't quite get there. Now he gets a shot, booted save by McGlynn. Comes out to the point and just out. Lapeer hangs on to it though, gets the zone again, tries to go cross ice, but it's picked up by East Grand Forks and out to center. Westover stops it there at the blue line. East Grand Forks then dumps it in deep. Stopped in behind by White. Picked up by Lapeer. Sent up ahead now. And it finally comes to Stitsworth. He dumps it down into the zone. And it's going to ring around just behind the goal. Nice. Adams does a nice job there at tipping it off. Comes to Stitsworth up to the point for Roscoe. Down for Adams. Goes out the back wall. And back in behind. East Grand Forks tries to go off the glass with it, but it goes up into the netting. So we're going to have a face-off out at center ice, I believe. At neutral ice. So that brings us to the 1:11 mark of the first period. I'm sorry, the face-off will go down into the zone again. Had that wrong. 4-1 Bemidji here as we get closing in on the first period.
Did they only call me for 2 minutes?
Face-off controlled by East Grand Forks, down in deep. Urbich is going to get there first, though. He wins that race. And we trade some possessions down there as Urbich gets hold of it again. Centers it up. Loose in front.
Thank you.
There's Roberson again, working his way through traffic. Gets a shot on White. And down in deep, it's going to be picked off and brought out of there by Roscoe. He's under pressure, though. He falls, sweeps it up, puts it right on the East Grand Forks stick. And it's loose in front. Finally cleared out of there by Roscoe as he gathers himself up. Down along the wall. Comes out to center. And Urbich finally gets it, tries to clear it, comes back to East Grand Forks. Another shot blocked. East Grand Forks, or Bemidji having trouble with this one now all of a sudden. Trying to get it out of the zone. Picked out and knocked down off the play. And Bemidji comes the other way. Shot on goal. Grabbed by McGlynn. And the East Grand Forks fans certainly wanted a penalty on Meyer for that hit.
That they did. It was clean.
But it looked to be pretty clean to me.
Full strength.
Thank you.
You betcha. Go there, Princeton.
11.5 seconds now. Our offensive zone face-off here. And we've got Baird out there with Moran, Urbich. Face-off is still loose, comes towards the goal. McGlynn tips it away. And battles continues in behind. And it goes in behind. It goes, I think, got trapped in the back of the netting there. So that blew it down with only a couple of seconds left in the period here. Baird now sends it over to the wall. Shot from there, goes right into the glove. And they're going to let that one run out. And that'll bring the close of the first period. So after one, Bemidji leads 4-1 and has the advantage in shots on goal 21-13.
Well, it doesn't start much better than that with a 4-goal lead. You knew East Grand was gonna find a way. They're a good team like that, a scrappy team. Got a good hockey program obviously over there. So you knew they were gonna get theirs at some point. Just a small little breakdown in the offensive zone, but overall, this has been a fantastic period for the boys in blue.
East Grand Forks is, or Bemidji rather, has had a pretty good go of bottling up their key players, with maybe the exception of Roberson, number 7. He's a really good player, and I was talking with another parent this morning, and comment was made that if we can get a body on number 7, that makes a big difference in his ability.
It's easier said than done.
Yeah, easier said than done, though, of course.
Let's let it go, bud.
So again,
We got 1 minute, we just got 1 minute left to make the discussion.
Yep.
1 minute.
1 minute break left. Yep.
Mentioned before, the loser of this game will get a 4 o'clock game, and that's going to be against the winner of Hermantown and Grand Rapids.
That's probably a pretty good hockey game that's going to go on later today.
That's an 11 o'clock game for them. So they're going to have to do an 11 o'clock game and then turn around and have a 4 o'clock game right after that.
What? We have another game today?
Not for us, no. Well, if we lose, we'll have a 4 o'clock game. Today. If we win, we go to state.
If we lose this game, then we have to play another one at 4 o'clock?
That's right.
What do we play against?
It's going to be the winner of Hermantown and Grand Rapids,
Things gonna stay clean here.
and they play here. They play right after us here.
It's getting a little spicy out there.
In the stands out there.
Yeah, oh yeah,
Spicy, I guess.
yeah. They're
All right, we got
upset
15
over
minutes
there.
on the clock. Teams are making their way to center ice.
Well, they don't have Northern Amusement as the Platte Diamond sponsor. So.
Off the face-off now, comes back to Bemidji, and it's sent up ahead for Ryerson on the near side. Cross ice, Baird gets around it, comes right in on McGlynn. Can't quite get there to slam it home though. Up to the point for Westover. Send it in there. It's blocked in front, comes to Westover. Feeds it up for Baird. Baird can't connect. Now Moran has it on the near boards. Sent it up to Lapeer. He shoots one in there, tipped. Goes off of McGlynn and down in the corner. Baird now takes a check, and then he turns and fires it down in deep. Moran rather is going to get there first. He takes a body, maintains possession, and plenty of hitting going on down there. As that Roberson now for East Grand Forks gets a hold of it, and he comes up the near side for it. They try to spring another player, and it's stopped there by Lapeer, and it gives Bemidji another opportunity to get a shot on goal. And McGlynn grabs that one and hangs on.
Well, good start to period number 2 here.
Face-off now is controlled by East Grand Forks. Tipped there nicely by Jacobson, right back into the zone and in behind. East Grand Forks will work up the far wall. Comes up to Roscoe. He gets it down in deep again. Comes out now back to him. Now he skates it in there. He goes in the high slot. Decides to send it over to the wall. And it's sent up to the center there. And East Grand Forks has decided to start playing the body. Plenty of checking going on out here now. They're trying to get Bemidji off their game. Puck comes out to the line. We now have a slashing penalty, and that's going to be coming on Wyatt Tyken.
That brings us to another Northern Amusement penalty kill.
Slash is the call. I missed it. I didn't see the slash, so I can't make any comments on that one, but I'm sure the referees made the right call.
They usually do.
They usually do. Face-off is controlled by Bemidji. Jacobson rings it around the boards and sends it up to the line, but not out. Now it's chipped out of there by Baird. He gets it out to center ice, puts a body on a player. He goes down, and it comes to East Grand Forks at their own blue line. Cross ice pass brought in there by Jude Volk for East Grand Forks. Tipped back out by by Baird. He's having a fantastic game. And there's Stitsworth. He gets hooked. No call there. And East Grand Forks is able to gather it up and bring it back out to neutral ice. Right, comes to Jacobson. He blasts it cross ice, sends it all the way down. East Grand Forks has to dig it out of their own zone deep. They do get it out to center though. And they bring it up the near side. Wide right. Jacobson puts a body on him. They get around him though. Comes right in on White. He's ready for it. Jacobson clears it to the wall, up to the line. Here comes Roberson. He can't quite wrangle it though. Comes over to the wall. Baird now gets there first. He flips it up to the line, not out. Doing a good job holding the line today. They send one in from there, and that's tipped in front and blocked over. Comes back to Roberson up the high slot. Comes in, dumps it in deep, right to the circle. Shot from there. Deflected and goes over to the near corner. Now Jacobson sends it out for Baird, and that's going to be an icing on Bemidji. He hadn't quite crossed the red line as he tipped it, but he needed to get to the bench for a change in players. So Bemidji does just that. And with 37 seconds now left on the Tyken penalty, the faceoff will come to Colton's left, and Meyer will take it. East Grand Forks controls up to the point, and they sidestep along the line, not sure what to do with it. Sends it over to the far side, right from the dot. Shot from there, deflected over and over to the wall on the near side. Rognerud now for East Grand Forks, sends it down to the hash marks. Centered up, tipped nicely by Moran, goes over to the far wall. Down in deep, East Grand Forks will control there. It's going to come to the near wall, back for Rognerud. Down in deep, comes to the circle, working their way. Backhander comes in on Colton. He gets it out of there though. Somehow, I don't know, but now it comes to
Thank you.
neutral ice, and Meyer is able to get it further ahead. And East Grand Forks comes back the other way. Berg, the goal scorer, sends it in on White. White's got it right in the chest, and he hangs on for another stop in play. So 11:22 now left in the second. 4-1 Bemidji, and we'll have an offensive zone face-off. I'm sorry, a defensive zone face-off now, just to the right of Colton White. Controlled by Westover. He rings it around the boards for Meyer. Meyer takes a look, picks it up, goes over to Yerbich. Can't hang on to it though, a little bit too hard. Goes over to the far side. Westover now, he'll go rink wide. Picked off by East Grand Forks and sent back into the hash marks. Comes back to Meyer. Meyer springs ahead for Yerbich. Knocked off of his stick though, and East Grand Forks maintains control. They get out to center, cross ice. And it comes in on the near side. Another cross ice pass. They can't quite hang on to it, so they got to chase it in the corner. Tyken picks it up there. He sidesteps a check. And he sends it off the wall for Meyer through his skates and out to center. East Grand Forks gets it there, goes D to D. On the far side, right back in, comes to Westover. Westover chips it up. Oh, but Tyken wasn't looking for it. And it comes to Roberson for East Grand Forks. He sends it to the near side. Backhanded down in there. Oh, gets through Lapeer now. And it's centered up right in the slot. And it comes to Yerbich. He's going to spring Meyer. Meyer can't get a stick on it. Goes all the way down. They're going to wave it off. And East Grand Forks clears it back out. Everybody's got to tag up and get going. Comes into the near side. We got 3-on-2. Shot on goal. Kicked out of there, and there's no one there for the rebound. Goes to the far side. Meanwhile, everybody catches up, and it's stuck along the bars over there. Down in behind comes to Rognerud. He turns, and the tip pass comes up to the line. Shot goes wide. Now Westover gets up the line, not out. Now he tips it again. He's going to carry it this time. He wheels around into his own zone. Sends it off the boards up for Baird. Baird will tip it back down in. And Meyer will go in after the chase there. Brings around the boards. Comes up to the line for Roscoe. Holds the line. He's blasted hard against the boards. And the puck goes in behind the net. Comes up to the line again. He holds it again. This time he fires it over to the near side. Goes down into the corner. And it comes to Baird along the wall. He's checked. And maintains possession. As Stitsworth comes in there, he takes a check. Puck goes down in deep behind. Comes right up into the slot. Here comes Jacobson. He's going to get a hold of it. He sends it back down in there. Down against the back wall. East Grand Forks goes wide left. And they chip it back out. It's going to come to Jacobson again at his post. He turns, fires it right back in, and goes down in behind. 8:51 left in the period, 4-1 Bemidji. East Grand Forks gets a hold of it there, and they're content to just fire it all the way down and ice it. They didn't like the way that looked, so they're going to regroup and try it again with a defensive zone faceoff next to McGlynn.
Pretty good back and forth period in period 2. Both teams seem settled in. It's what we expected. A good dogfight between two really good teams.
Shots are in Bemidji's favor, 24-17 as it comes to Roscoe. He takes a shot, tipped, goes just wide of the cage. And it's dumped back in there by Lapeer. Tyken will chase it around to the far corner. Comes off of his skates though and up to an East Grand Forks player. They try to spring it. Comes back to Jacobson. He fires it back in deep. We're going to go back to work deep in the zone. And it goes to the far side. Up to the line, held in by Roscoe. Now it's blasted past him again. It's going to be another icing on East Grand Forks. That's got to be about 300 of them on East Grand today.
294.
294
Who's counting?
icings. But who's counting? All right, Tyken's here to get this one. And it comes over to the far wall for Moran. Centers it up. Can't get a stick on it there by, that must have been Ryerson. Comes up to the line, held in by Jacobson. He sends it in. Goes off the heel of a stick, weird though, I think. And he gets a hold of it again at center ice. Sends it across ice, but Tyken wasn't ready for it. East Grand Forks is able to gather it up, and they fire it down in there, and Jacobson's back in behind with it. He fires it around the far side, comes up to the point, held in just barely. And it comes back to Jacobson deep in the zone. Over to the near corner. East Grand Forks will fire it back in behind. Center it up. And it comes to Ryerson. Ryerson's going to skate it out to center. Gets across the blue line. He fires from there. Goes in on McGlynn. He gloves it and drops it. Sweeps it in behind for his player, Mesla. And it's picked off nicely there by Tyken. And back over. They do get it out though. Comes to Westover. He's going to skate it right back in. And he backhands it down into the corner. And lets the boys go to work. Fan pass, comes right on to Ryerson. He gets right on the goal mouth with it. Loose in front, but it trickles over to the far side, or the near side rather, and East Grand Forks is able to clear. Westover sends it up the line, gets it to Yerbich, and it comes right in on McGlynn. And he covers it up as Baird was right on the doorstep, and he gets a pop in the chest from Ragnerud.
Still got a good chest.
Still got a good chest. He's no worse for the wear there. With 6:58 now left in the second period. And again, 4-1 for Bemidji. Baird takes the face off here. Comes over to the wall up for Lapeer. Fires from there. Blocked in front. Tipped back out. Lapeer gets it again. He goes rink wide for it for Meyer. Meyer now works his way through. Can't quite wrangle it through traffic though. Now Westover pinches down. And it comes right back out to center. Ragnerud's coming down. Sorry, that's not Ragnerud. That's, what is that player? Well, I don't care. It doesn't matter. It's coming up to the point. And it comes towards the slot. Tipped out of there by Westover. Out to neutral ice. Near side now. Players are over skating it. And yeah, it is Ragnerud.
Physics lesson there.
And they're going to dump it in. It's going to come right in on White. And he's going to leave it there for Lapeer. Lapeer's going to fire it up ahead for Meyer. Meyer gets across the line. Doesn't sure. He's trying to dangle. Does. Shot and goal! Meyer
goal scored, but this meets 5-on-5 goal scored by number 17, Corbin.
I think he got that feed from Baird down low, didn't he?
I think you're right. So big Corbo with a goal to put us up 5-1.
That was a nice shot. Got nice and high right over the shoulder. And he made no mistake about that one. I didn't think that was going to happen. He was having trouble getting through traffic. But he's a pretty good stick handler. And he was able to maintain it and sneak that one by McGlynn for the 5th goal.
They gave Bentley the assist on
Bentley
that.
Lapeer. All right, I had that wrong. Number 8 gets the assist. Play comes back out to center ice. East Grand Forks controls in their own zone. And they come over to the near side. Up to the line. Comes to Stitsworth. Tries to cock the gun, but he can't fire. Now Roberson comes back the other way. Gets across the line. Comes to the near side. Takes a shot there. Blocked by Jacobson. He's going to skate this one out of here. And what's he going to do? He dumps it in from the blue line. And he skates back to his position. Over in behind now. Turn, fire from Tyken. And it comes in weird on McGlynn. And he doesn't, I don't think he knew exactly where that was at. He looked like he was reaching behind himself there.
Yep.
And so it's not a goal though. And bring a stop and play. 5:05 now left in the second period. So Baird steps in for this one, comes back over to the wall, and sent up to the line there for Lapeer. Lapeer dumps it down in, goes in for Baird behind. Baird tries to center it, goes off the back of the cage, deflected over to the near wall. East Grand Forks picks it up there, gets it out to center, gets a little bit past Westover, and he's got to chase it down under some pressure from Bold from East Grand Forks. I'm sorry, that's Milling. Centered up, shot there, nice save by East Grand, or by White. He tips that one side with the boot. Up to the near side now. Baird gets across the line and fires it in. It goes in behind. Can you stand over here, pal? Thank you. Down in the corner. East Grand Forks picks it up, comes out to center with it, and go cross ice. Comes to Bentley Lapeer, and it's going to get in behind him, and Moran's going to help out down in the corner. East Grand Forks gets a hold of those, center, turns, shoots, saved by White, comes to Baird, he sidesteps a player, goes over to the corner, and you can't quite get there in time as it's tipped by East Grand Forks player. Now it comes to Westover. He's going to ring it around to the near side, comes to Ryerson, he gets it out to the wall. Down inside, here comes Ryerson with Baird. Baird to Ryerson, oh, the pass is tipped though, and it comes into the center. Yerbich is trying to hold it there too, couldn't quite do it. Baird sweeps in, brings it back to Roscoe. Roscoe now is going to send it up ahead for Yerbich. Yerbich to Ryerson. He turns, fires from the dot, goes over the cage. Brings around to the near side, comes to Jacobson. He sends it in there, tipped. Rebound, that one won't go. Still loose in front, it's covered up by McGlynn. And that was a dicey one there, which could have easily resulted in a goal. Didn't though, so it's 5-1 still for Bemidji. 3:26 remaining in the second period.
Bemidji is still hungry for some more. They're keeping that pressure up. It's good to see. They're not getting complacent.
Comes up to the point for Roscoe. He takes a look, fires. It goes right in the glove of McGlynn. I think it would have gone wide, but he wasn't going to take any chances. And he closes up that glove and hangs on. Over to the near side now, Tyken. He'll step in for this one. And it goes back to Roscoe at the line. Fire from there. Goes right on and gloved again by McGlynn. And he'll hang on once again.
Roscoe's giving him a workout.
Roscoe's really having a good game here today. Very effective. Faceoff comes to Tyken. His own faceoff comes centered up by Meyer. Fired wide of the goal. Comes back up to the slots, fired there again, deflected over to the corner. Now on the far wall, Roberson was able to sidestep a check, and it comes to Jacobson, who walks it up to the line and sends it right back into the East Grand Forks zone. They're going to dig it out of their own zone again, comes to the near wall. Up from Meyer, he says, nope, we're going to send it right back in there. And it goes to the far wall now. Jacobson steps down, he says, nope, we're going to send it in again. Bemidji doing a nice job of keeping it in the offensive zone. And down in the corner, finally, the East Grand Forks gets on it. But we trade possessions, and now they get a shot on goal. McGlynn's right there, ready with it, the stick on the ice. And he stops that one, brings another stop in play. 2:32 now left of the second period, 5-1 Bemidji. Baird now steps in and this one goes over the wall, up for Westover. Westover tips it back down into the circle. And it's going to come out of the zone here for Lapeer. Sorry. And it's fired back in there by Baird. Off the wall, East Grand Forks clears it up to Baird again. He sends it back to Westover. Westover, I don't think, was ready for it. He's got to chase it back into his own zone. He backhands it over to the far side, up the wall now to Stitsworth. East Grand Forks holds the line, comes back to Lapeer. Tries to clear it to Adams, but it hits Baird. Another deflected pass. Now Adams gets it, fires it down in. It's behind the goal. Stitsworth gets there first. Over to Baird. Baird now runs it up for Lapeer. Lapeer pulls it out back in. And he brought it just in offsides. And he gets all kinds of instruction from all three coaches immediately. But we're going to face it off just out in the neutral zone here. Baird looks like he's going to be the man. And East Grand Forks is trying to decide who to put in the circle. Rognerud steps in. Comes back to Lapeer. Now he fires it down in there. Brings her on the boards, and Adams is going to get it on the near side. He centers it up, gets it over to Stitsworth. Stitsworth tries to backhand it. Not sure to who, but the clearing attempt fails as well. Now back over in the corner for Baird. Gets it down in deep for Adams. Adams tries to bring it up to the point, but it's picked off there. Cross ice pass is tipped. Now here comes to Rognerud. Nice stick move there by Westover. He carries it in behind, sends it up to the far wall for Stitsworth. Gets past him. Shot from there, blocked by Lapeer. And the clearing attempt goes to, well, gets just past Adams as he wasn't quite ready for it. Passes behind him, and it ends up as a iced puck down the other end. So faceoff comes back to the right of Colton Smith. Colton White, let's try that. And East Grand Forks controls, fires from there, blocker saved down in the corner. Nicely chipped out of there by Roscoe. It's going to go all the way down though. And McGlynn touches it. And we got a, as soon as McGlynn touches it, we got a played with a high stick call. And so the face-off is going to take place here down in the East Grand Forks zone. Face-off comes up to the dot. There's a high slot, shot on goal, rebound. Neither one goes. McGlynn's got that. And as you heard from Gavin, we're under 1 minute here in the second period.
You know, we already got to that 1 minute part.
We already got that one.
Already got it in there.
Okay.
Thank
Good
you.
job, Dana.
All right, face-off comes down to the area behind the net. East Grand Forks has got it. They're looking for a clear. They're going to just carry it out of there, though. This time it's tipped nicely by Tyken. Finally, they get it out to neutral ice, up for Roberson. He goes wide left this time, and he stops, fires from there. And Colton White's got that one in the brisket. And he'll hang on to this one.
Colton Smith might have had that one, too.
Did I say Smith again?
No.
Oh, goodness. Okay.
Getting back to the replay.
Yep. Any of the Coltons really could probably do that one. And right in the chest. That's you and I could do that one.
Yep.
I mean, I got a chest. Play comes back to the near side, down into the East Grand Forks zone. It's on Tyken's stick. Gets around the defenseman, fires, booted out of there by McGlynn. Gets his rebound, and with 15 seconds, sends it up for Jacobson. His D-to-D pass is picked off, and Roscoe's going to get it back in the zone. He's pestered, sends it down in deep, continues to give chase. And with 3 seconds on the clock, it's going to stay in the zone, and that's going to run out and close out the second period of this championship game in the North District or North Region tournament.
Yep, good way to get things going. Even period there, scoring wise, I think 1-1. So got about 12 minutes break, little Zamboni time.
Yep, we'll bring out the floor scrubber and we'll head back into the final period of this championship game with a comfortable four-goal lead.
They just got to play smart and just let the time run out.
Keep pucks deep in the East Grand Forks zone, and we'll probably be all right. So we'll see you in about 12, 15 minutes.
10 seconds left on
Okay.
that.
Sophie,
Oh yeah.
you got in a deal with the mom?
Okay, that's
The one in the green? She was the one who had the drama last night at the hotel.
oh. All right, we are back. Period 3.
Yep, and they have me with their
The boys have it in the sights. We just got to close the deal. 5-1 Bemidji over East Grand Forks. Bemidji has played 2 very excellent periods of hockey. We got one more in us, and we'll punch that ticket to state.
We just got a shout out from the
From the GOAT.
from the
the
goat,
GOAT,
Scott
Scott.
Williams.
We appreciate that.
Great to hear that you're watching the game and enjoying it so much.
Happy to bring it to you.
We're having fun.
So, whoever you guys have said, I hope you can run my 1 minute.
Yep. As always, it's wonderful to have Gavin the Great to let us know where we're at in the game. Couldn't do without you, buddy.
Yep, and Eric, just you know, I said 1 minute on the clock when we're in game morning break.
I heard.
That way they know when the game will start.
Here we go.
There's electricity
Energy.
in this game here tonight. Boy, there's teams hammering on the boards like you wouldn't believe. Puck comes into the dot. It's right on Adams. He takes a shot. Oh, it had eyes. But Griffin McGlynn just barely had a stick on that one and deflected up into the netting for our first stop and play here in the third period.
I think we just got a shout out from the owner of Slim's. He's loving the play-by-play too. Thank you, Mr. Curb.
Wait, he loves my full strength and my 1 minute.
Everybody loves listening to you, Gavin.
Okay.
Faceoff comes up to Roscoe. He fires it just wide of the cage. And it's going to ring all the way around the board to the far side. Here comes Ragnerud, ridden off the board nicely by Jacobson. And he's going to chase it down in behind. Tyken now grabs it from there.
Thank you,
He's
Ben.
held up, he's hooked, no call there.
I get it.
But it goes in behind into the corner. And a centering opportunity
I hope you love
is held in at the line. Comes to Jacobson. He fires it up ahead for Tyken. Tyken didn't see it right away. It got through him all the way down. They're going to wave off icing though, and East Grand Force is going to pick it up there. Bring it around to the near side. There's no white jersey in sight. As Roscoe picks it up there, he goes down low with it. Goes in behind. Tries to drop it. Doesn't work. Still has it. Sends it up to the point here for Stitsworth. Stitsworth now shot from there. It's tipped and goes off the glass in the corner. Ragnerud, he breaks his stick. And it comes over to Tyken. Tyken shot. And it goes off the blocker of Griffin McGlynn. Now it comes back in on him again. He saves that one and play goes in behind. Tyken still has it. Goes cross ice but is picked off there by East Grand Forks and they send it down into the Bemidji zone. Lapeer picks it up now and sends it up to Moran. Moran ahead for Adams. Adams has some speed on the right side. Sweeps it over towards the goal and McGlynn sweeps it right back out of there. Moran now, he'll try and work it up the boards, comes to East Grand Forks. They try to spring Melsa, and it gets past him and it goes all the way down for icing on East Grand Forks. So 13:20 now left in the period, left in the game. 5-1 lead for Bemidji and an offensive zone faceoff for the boys in blue. Shots on goal 36-22 in favor of Bemidji here early in the third. Baird to take the faceoff. We got Moran on the near side, Ryerson on the far. Puck comes to East Grand Forks. They fired in behind their own goal. Try to reverse around back again. And they pick it off the wall and try to work their way up through center. Tipped by Baird off the skate, goes to the far wall. East Grand Forks is able to get it up ahead though. It's going to go in on White. He steers it over for Lapeer. Lapeer is going to bring it over to the far side. Up to the wall, tip pass there that goes out of the reach of Baird. Now Ryerson's going to come in there and pick it up. He gains his own, goes left, takes a shot, goes over the cage. Over to the near side, Moran's going to get a hold of it there. And Lapeer tries to hold the line, can't quite do it. East Grand Forks the other way, they got one in the slot. And the pass is blocked nicely by Westover. And it goes in behind and around at the far side. East Grand Forks now down in the circle, tipped out of there again by Lapeer. Goes up to the point, shot, goes right, it's deflected. Looked right on, but it was deflected down in the corner. East Grand Forks controls there, being pestered by Lapeer. Baird comes in there, he sneaks it out of there, comes up to the line and out. And East Grand Forks maintains possession in the neutral zone. A couple players are tied up in the zone though, which includes an East Grand Forks player, so they got to retreat and just fire it back in there. They would have been offsides. Comes up to center ice, and after trading in possessions, it comes back into the Bemidji zone, fired right on. And Colton White's got a hold of that one as Blair Melding gave him a shot that looked pretty good. But White looked better. 11:59 now left in the third period, 5-1 Bemidji. As the faceoff goes just to the right of Colton White. Comes in right into the slot. Jacobson has got it. He sends it up ahead. Gets up ahead of Yerbich and onto East Grand Forks stick, and they fire it up the wall to the near side. They get in the zone on the wall. And there's Milling again with it. He's along the wall. They're getting pestered by Roscoe. Roscoe gets a hold of it down in the corner. He takes a body. Shot from there goes off the side of the net, down in behind. Jacobson now sends it up the wall. Up to the point, held in, comes right back to Jacobson. He's going to get a hold of it in behind, scoops it over to the other side, right to an East Grand Forks player. And he's going to carry it up the wall on the near side, comes right to Tyken. Tyken's got speed, he breaks out through center, goes right in between the defense, around the left side, shot on goal, goes right into the brisket of McGlynn. And they're trying to move Corbin Meyer out of there. And number 7 for East Grand Forks, Jacob Roberson, puts a fist into Meyer's face. And so he's going to get a penalty for roughing, I'm sure. He's arguing his case all the way back to the box.
Well, that's what you want to see. Let them make those mental mistakes.
So
they just got to stay sharp.
So their best player is in the box for 2 minutes with 16 left in the third period. 5-1 Bemidji.
Lapeer Shoreline power play here. Let's bury it.
Roughens the penalty. 2 minutes. And looks like the East Grand Forks coaching staff has got some words for the refs. They have an agreement. Everybody's nodding their heads, and they decide to drop the puck. Comes over to the near wall. Controlled there by Moran. Tipped off of his stick, though, comes out to center. Stitchworth will get it back in his own zone. And he'll stop in behind and go around the far side. They got a trailing East Grand Forks player, so they got an advantage of only 3 defenders over here. Comes right to Meyer. Meyer's knocked off of his stick, though, just before he can pull the trigger. On the near side, it comes up to the point for Stitchworth. Stitchworth down in for Baird. All across ice, slap shot from there by Roscoe, right on. McGlynn's equal to the task, and it comes up to the point here for Stitchworth. He tips it over for Baird. Baird's got some pressure, though. Comes to Stitchworth. Down in deep now for Moran. Moran circles around, sends it back up for Stitchworth. Stitchworth takes a look and sends it far side for Roscoe. He's down to the point, takes a shot, and it goes off of McGlynn over to the near wall. East Grand Forks is going to get there first, and it's going to be one-on-one with Stitchworth. They cut to the near side, take a shot, goes wide. Baird trailing behind, gets it over to the far wall. Messla now for East Grand Forks. He dumps it in deep, goes around rings around to the near side, and Roscoe's going to pick it up from there, and he's going to skate it out to center. Gains his own on the far side, or on the near side rather. Looks for a center, nobody there. And so he carries it up to the far side, sends it up for Westover at the point. He sends one in, blocked in front, tipped. Actually tried to Meyer tried to tip it and actually blocked it. So East Grand Forks clears it all the way down again for about their 310th icing of the day now. And so it'll come back to McGlynn's right. And we'll have a face-off here with 9:50 now left in the game. And we're still in the power play here with 34 seconds left on that clock. Face-off comes right in the slot. Adams gets it up for Westover at the point. Down along the wall, Ryerson sends one in there. Couldn't connect though. Comes up for Lapeer. He shoots one in there. Blocked in front. Now Adams blasts one. That one goes wide of the cage. And it's going to deflect all the way out to center. And Westover's going to have to gather it up at his own blue line. Cross ice now for Lapeer. Up ahead for Tyken. They're moving the puck well. Comes into the slot. Rolls off of his stick though as he's pestered from behind. Up to the point now for Lapeer. He sent it back down in there.
Full strength.
Thank you.
You betcha. I gotta get over here so I can see
So
it.
5-on-5 hockey here now as the puck goes down in the corner. Shoveled up to the wall. And it comes to Roberson, who's just out of the box. He's got fresh legs. Comes to the backhand, puts one on towards the goal, but it goes wide. East Grand Forks now holds it along the line. Takes a tight angle shot there from Berg. And it goes down into the corner again. Now they fire it around the near side. Lapeer's going to get there first. He can't quite get it up ahead though. And it comes up to along the wall. Comes up to the point. And it's blocked and sent down by Adams. He's got some room to skate. Gets around the defense. But it rolls off of his stick as he's under pressure. So he chases it down into the corner. And down there along with Ryerson. They work it out of the corner, but it's picked out of there by East Grand Forks and out to center. Right down the slot they come. It's blasted along. Puck rolls in on White, and he reaches out there and covers it up and freezes it down with a stop and play with 8:20 remaining in the game. 5-1 Bemidji still. And Bemidji's shots on goal here are 39-24. Face-off controlled by Bemidji. It comes up to the line and does get out, back in, and it's going to be offsides at the line. So just outside the line here, looks like Baird's going to step in. Comes to Roscoe down in his own zone. He's going to go rink wide for it'll be Jacobson. Jacobson up ahead for Yerbich. Yerbich can't quite handle it. Now he does. Tips it down into the zone and gives chase. In behind, East Grand Forks gets it, brings it up to the wall, takes the body there, and it's held in the line by Roscoe. Comes to Baird, tries to drop it for Yerbich, can't do it, goes to Meyer on the other side. Up along the wall now, East Grand Forks will grab it from there, and they're going to bring it out through center. Cuts across the line, he's crunched by the defense, and Bemidji does a fine job of bringing it out to center and transitioning. Now Baird with some speed, he brings it in right in the slot, comes over to the far side, rolls off of his stick. He sends it up to the point, but Jacobson hadn't been in position quite yet, and he has to chase it out to center. He rink-wise it for Roscoe. Roscoe dumps it and heads to the bench. We'll have a change of defense here as Lapeer and Westover come back on. Cleared out of there, comes to Westover at his own blue line now, drops it for Meyer. Meyer sends it up ahead, tipped by Yerbich rather. Meyer goes to the bench, as does the rest of the forwards. East Grand Forks, meanwhile, picks it up behind. They come up through their own zone, and they get to the blue line and out to center. They don't even get across the red line. Dumps it in, and that's going to be another icing on East Grand Forks, and the coach can't believe it.
Did that feel like it was in slow motion?
I could see it from here. All right, face off, comes right in the slot. Oh, Stitsworth can't quite wrangle it. Still in the high slot though, comes to East Grand Forks. They're gonna get it out. Rognerud on the far side now for East Grand Forks. Tries to dangle, and it's knocked out of there nicely by Westover. And he gets it a hold of it again, sends it up to the line. Held in though. I don't know how that worked, but it held in and goes down into the corner. Tried to center it up, comes to a Bemidji player. Now Adams sweeps it out to the line, not out. Now it comes to Lapeer. He finally gets it out again, and it gets just through Tyken. Rink wide now, comes out just outside the zone, and comes to who else but Roberson. Comes in left, cuts into the slot, tipped out of there nicely by Stitsworth. They fire it back down into the corner, and Lapeer is going to get there first this time. He fires it all the way down, and it's going to be an icing on Bemidji this time. So we'll have a defensive zone face-off to the right of Colton White here with 6:05 left in the third period. And Bemidji still leading 5-1. Here's Baird down to take the face off. Goes down in the corner. Jacobson gets there first. He rings it around the boards for Ryerson. Ryerson gets it out of the zone, maintains possession. He's going to carry it in on the far side. Gets stood up at the blue line, at the hash marks, and East Grand Forks will gain possession there. Up against the half wall again. They try to send it out. Jacobson tips it, and it comes out to center. And Roscoe was going to get to it, but Baird got there first. Bemidji winning all the battles here today as it goes rink wide and into the zone for Ryerson. He gets through him though, comes to East Grand Forks. They come back out to center. Comes to Berg for East Grand Forks and sends it up ahead for Volk. Volk's held off though, and we're going to get a hooking penalty on Jacobson, I do believe. Yes, it is. And he kind of had to do it. He got beat a little bit there, and so he had to get a stick on him somehow, and it's the way it goes sometimes. So it's going to be Jacobson for hooking.
Brings to another Northern Amusement penalty kill here.
Face-off comes to Roberson for East Grand Forks. He's in a slot, takes a shot, blocked, and a clearing attempt comes out to the point. Along the wall now to Rognerud for East Grand. He shoots. He hits his own player. Milling now. He'll take it over to the far side. And it comes down. It's got another tripping penalty coming up on Bemidji. And we're going to get a tripping penalty on Yerbich here as he was battling hard for it and put the player down. So we're going to go down on a 5-on-3 with only a minute. Well, with a minute 37 left on the Jacobson penalty. So we're going to have a trip here. And for a minute 37, it's going to be 5-on-3. So Rognerud steps in, comes to Roscoe. He sends it off the glass and out to the point. Not out. Now comes to him again. He's going to get it out to center this time. It's going to go. They pull the goalie. It's going to go all the way in. Oh. And he saves it at the last second. Unbelievable save there. I didn't realize they pulled their goaltender. But Brecken Johnson for East Grand Forks was able to get that one cleared before it goes into that open net. So it's actually going to be 6-on-3 here now. For a minute 7. East Grand Forks sends it towards the goal. Saved by White. Goes off the side of the cage on the rebound. Now they send it up the far side, up to the point. Shot from there. Goes right in on Colton White. He gloves that baby down. And he hangs on for the stop and play with 56 seconds left on that first penalty to Jacobson. So Tyken and Baird's change positions here. And we've got a timeout on the ice, and I think it's going to be on East Grand Forks.
What a fantastic play that kid made, saving that puck from going. Unbelievable.
That's a highlight reel play there for the save.
Lena, can you believe that we're at 2-man advantage?
You bet. We'll let you call the 2-man advantage or the release, of the first player and the second.
Yep. Of course, this power play, we're down a couple. East Grand Forks got the 6-on-3 advantage. Let's see if the boys can hold on.
Because that's easier when we have two penalties.
So that face-off or that timeout rather would have actually been a really good time for us to take one, and so East Grand Forks did that to gather things up and get their wits about them, I think. But it did an equally fine job for us to rest our legs here a little bit as we got only 3 players out on the ice.
And shout out to Bentley early on in the initial 5-on-4 penalty kill, using those tall, lanky legs to block a shot.
So off the faceoff now, East Grand Forks, of course, controls. It's still got a pulled goaltender. And so we're doing 6-on-3 here as the puck comes to the near side for Rognerud. They're closing down hard. Shot goes there. White was down, and he still somehow saved it. Now the puck goes up and over the cage and off the glass to the far side. They stick high circle shot from there, blocked in front. They get a hold of it again, bring it over to the near side. Roberson now here. He's going to come over to the slot, takes a shot, can't get it. Goes right into the glove of White again. And he hangs on for another stop and play with 23 seconds now left on the Jacobson penalty and 46 seconds left on the Urbich penalty. Referees are having a little discussion there down in the paint. Finally, they get the puck from White, and it goes to the far side. Beard again will take this one, and it comes up to the high circle for Ragnerud. Over for Roberson, back to Ragnerud, and back to Roberson. He's going to step in this time. Back to back to Ragnerud. He fires and it's saved again. Stick saved by Colton White, and he covers it up. Good low shot. That's what you want as a player right now, to try to get a rebound. But Colton White actually did a really good job of absorbing the energy out of that thing and then covering it up with his glove. Off the face-off, it's cleared out of there nicely by Westover. What a play that was. So that's going to bring the penalty to Jacobson down to the 2-second mark.
Penalty expired.
Thank you.
So we got a 6-on-4 now. Nice play there by Roscoe rather, to tip it off of Roberson's stick, and it's going to be sent down for icing. Now we got a check after the whistle, and I do believe Ragnerud's going to sit. He sure is, as he hit after the whistle.
They're not going to give.
They're not going to call that.
He knew it was a penalty.
Everybody in the building except for the Stripes knew that was a penalty. They even opened up the door to let him in there. He was even going to the penalty box. And he didn't get a penalty. That's unbelievable. Anyway, it's going to be 5-on-4. They still have the goaltender pulled, so it's going to be 6-on-4 now, as it's cleared up to the line and it's held in. But we got a hand pass. Hand pass is the call as it comes up to the line. So Bemidji now has 4 seconds remaining on the Urbich penalty, and have not yet given up a goal on this 5-on-3, which is now a 5-on-4. So Beglin goes back into the cage, and the faceoff comes back in behind for Roscoe. Roscoe can't get it off the goal or off the glass. He chips it out now, and
Bemidji, full strength.
Thank you.
You betcha.
all right, as you heard, it's full strength here on both sides. 5-on-5 hockey. That did close up the shots on goal, though, only having 39-30 in favor of Bemidji. But the score is still 5-1 as the puck comes to Westover. Done a fine job. Look at him go through traffic over to Tyken. Tyken sends it right over the cage. Almost hit McGlynn in the head. Up at the high circle now. East Grand Forks has got it. That's Berg. He sends it over to the near side. Take a slapper from there. It goes wide by about 2 feet. Goes over to the far side. It comes to Adams. Adams is skating. He's got a puck on his stick. He's got a trailing Tyken. Gets it over to him. Oh, he gets in the boot. Couldn't wrangle the pass as it was a little bit in his skates. Comes back to Adams. Up for Roscoe. Roscoe sends one in there. It's a fluttering shot. Goes down into the corner. Battle continues over there at the half wall. East Grand Forks picks it up, works it out. They got 2 cherry pickers out at the blue line. And the puck goes down into the boards. Jacobson does a nice job, gets the puck. Here comes Jacobson up the wall. He's going to skate this one all the way. He's going to go all the way. We got 3-on-1 here all of a sudden. Sends it across. Can't quite get it through the defense, though. That's Milling. Tries to get it over for Tyken. Goes on goal. And McGlynn's able to stop it before Adams is able to pull the trigger. Down in the corner comes to Stitsworth. Now we've got a penalty coming up on Adams. And now Ragnerud takes a shot, and that should do it even uppers here. But they're not going to do it. They're only going to take Adams. I can't understand how you can come in and take a shot like that and not get a roughing penalty. Anyway, we're going to end up with a penalty kill here as Adams sits. And he's going to have, and now we're going to have another penalty.
Is it a 10 and a 2?
It might be a 10 and a 2. Yerbich is going to sit in here too, it looks like.
Why number 5 going in?
Plenty of instruction coming from the referee to the scorekeeper. And now there's having a good discussion over at the East Grand Forks bench.
Bad. No need for that on number 2. He just lost his cool a little bit. Yeah, I agree. I don't know how you don't take a East Grand kid at that point either, but
so it looks like
here we are. One final Northern Amusement penalty kill.
So it must be 10-2 because they got 2 minutes on the clock here for Yerbich only. And so a defensive zone faceoff will come. We got 1:21 remaining in the game. 5-1 lead for Bemidji. McGlynn is still in goal for now. And the puck will come down just to the left of White. It comes right to Ross or Jacobson though. He skates around to the near side, sends it up to Moran. Moran sends it ahead, not out. Cross ice pass now for Rognerud. He takes a shot from there, right on. Rebound is tipped to the side, and it comes to Moran. He gets it out this time, just outside the zone though, and Baird's going to have to battle for there.
1 minute to play in the third period. Final remaining in.
Thank you.
You betcha.
Championship game here, 5-1 lead as the clock ticks down below 50 seconds. And Bemidji will ice the puck here and bring the puck all the way down in for a defensive zone faceoff.
It might not.
For the moment, McGlynn's going to stay in net. Looks like East Grand Forks is just content to play this out.
Save their energy for later today.
They do need their energy. That's a good point, Eric. They do need their energy later today, as the loser of this game goes to a 4 o'clock game, and it comes out to center on East Grand Forks. They broke a stick on a simple pass, and East Grand Forks will wheel around behind their own goal. This is Volk bringing it up the wall. Over to the far side, shot on goal, stick saved by White. And it goes to the far side. Now Taken, he's going to pin it against the board. And now he's going to pick it up, carry it down in behind, down in the corner. Comes right to an East Grand Forks player though. Backhands it, goes loose in the slot. And Stitchworth now, he's going to clear it out of the zone. That's going to bring just a few seconds on it. And Bemidji is going to state.
Congratulations, boys. You earned this. The hard work all season long. Congratulations. The opportunity was put on the table for you, and you took advantage of it. You hammered home against a very good opponent that you knew very well, and you didn't let the foot off the gas. So we have punched our ticket to state. I don't know if we'll get the broadcast down there. We're going to try. But if we don't see you in a couple weeks, thank you for tuning in. This has been a pleasure. Wonderful season. Exciting time for these guys.
It's been really fun to watch this crew start out a little bit ragtag early in the season. They begun to gel about halfway through. The talent has come about. They played better as a team. And they really did earn this game. Not just the game itself, but as the season went on, they earned it as a crew.
At this time, we would like to congratulate Bemidji Blue on advancing to the Bantam State Tournament and receiving first place in the Bantam North Tournament. Picture, boys, picture! Will the players from Bemidji please come and receive their trophy as they advance to the state tournament?
Congratulations, boys. Couldn't be prouder. So, hopefully we get the opportunity to call some games at state. If we don't, thank you all for tuning in. Thank you to the sponsors, Diamond Level, Northern Amusement, Lapeer Shoreline, Stitchworth Meats, Ryerson Construction, KLS Construction, and Dale Schmidt Agency. What a fantastic way to continue this season. So thank you for tuning in.
It's been a fun ride.
Been a fun ride. Maybe we'll see you in a couple weeks, folks. Appreciate you.
Take care.